Good morning, Sabah al-Khair, ya Omedonia. My name is Torsten Schwarz. I'm CEO of EgyptBusiness.com, presenting you this week's digital news. It's all about data. Truveta collects diseases. Hopper hoards travel data. Celonis visualizes data. Surf sucks LinkedIn. Gmail gets curious. Truveta collects diseases. Yeah, I know, I'm laughing, but it's not that they collect the diseases. The Seattle-based company of Terry Mason collected $200 million funding. And what do they collect? In reality, privacy safe, and this is important, medical data. They started 5 years ago. In end of last year, they had 14 data sources. Today, they have 25 sources of different medical data from the US. And this data is analyzed and then visualized for doctors. So when they need a diagnosis, they can get access to all patients throughout the US. And this is amazing. Data collection and data visualization are the future. Celonis, I'm going to come back to that company later on, is doing business process mining, and the focus of them is the data visualization. That means we analyze the data and then we have them easily visualized. What does it mean for companies? Employees need access to databases, not only to Google, but to specialist databases of your branch. Try to give them this. Hopper hoards travel data. 2007 was the founding of Hopper, the world's largest collection of geodata. They worked in silence for 4 years and collected data, all kind of data, photos, information on travel destinations, especially in Egypt, of course. And they got 100 million funding from Capital One just recently, to be precise, 96 million. And the main thing they have is an airfare alert. That means whenever the flight is cheapest, you get an alert and they tell you, buy now. 80 million downloads, 4.5 billion US dollars they earned just by this data and by people who booked. 40% of them booked through Hopper because they have this flight disruption guarantee, meaning you don't have to sleep in the airport because you missed your flight. What does it mean for companies like you? Search for industry marketplaces, for platforms where you can be with your product, where you can sell your product, and try to get access to these marketplaces. Platforms are the future. Celonis visualizes data. Founded in 2011, Celonis is now worth $13 billion. They got funding of $2.4 billion. Wow, that's enormous. What are they doing? They're doing something quite boring. Business process mining. What does that mean? They connect to your company's database or databases and try to analyze connections between these data points they collect and the different sources they collect. And then they just announced on their customer conference recently that they visualize this data as easy as a metro map. But they don't tell you how to get from Maadi to Midan al-Tahrir. No, they tell you how to get from the sales process to the shipping process, for example, if there is some difficulties. And they tell you if there is things to optimize between marketing and sales. And there are a lot of things to improve, because we just had a survey here in Germany, and the result was that number 2 of the problems of companies are data silos. That means there is a database here and a database there and a database there, and they don't communicate with each other. And this can be solved by Celonis, for example. 55% of the people we asked that this is our main problem. Try to solve that problem. Surf sucks LinkedIn. Surf is a browser extension, and they connect, when you're surfing in LinkedIn, they connect it with your CRM. You can import data from LinkedIn. You can just copy it into the CRM automatically. It's very easy to use. They have a connection to HubSpot, to Salesforce, to Pipedrive. So it's a very easy way to work with your CRM when you're surfing. And they are going to modernize their own CRM interface. So maybe you're not going to work through your CRM, but through Surf in future. 1,500 companies are already using Surf. What does that mean for us as a company? Help your sales with an easy-to-use CRM. Because right now the problem is sales collect a lot of information and they have difficulties in putting this data and this information into the CRM. Why? Because the CRM is too complicated, too difficult to use. So make it easy for your sales manager. Gmail gets curious. What do they want? There's a tracking feature. And when you order something online, you get the delivery date and then your tracking number, and you have to type that tracking number into the tracking app, into the shop app, and this will be done by Gmail. They read your email, they see a tracking number, and they go with this tracking number directly to Parcel, to Root, to Aftership, to Shopify, just to name a few. And then they provide in the email the information that delivery date is tomorrow at 11 o'clock. What does that mean for you as a company? You got that feature already, not only in Gmail. There are things called interactive emails. That means that you have a connection between your email and your shopping platform, for example. And then you can provide a shopping cart within the email. I don't have to leave my email to order something. It's called interactive emails, and please try to use that. Thank you for listening to our weekly podcast of EgyptBusiness.com, because this was the news of the week. Ma salama.